Sometimes an amateur poker player decides that they can beat a poker pro by making a crazy, ballsy move. We're going to assess one of those today. Our poker pro in question, Mr. Doug Polk. For those of you who don't know much about Doug Polk has worked so much with solvers, the software for getting better at poker and analyzing poker, that he almost has this computer program built into his brain. He analyzes spots in an incredible way, better than almost anybody out there. Let's get into it with this wild hand that occurs at the Lodge on a live stream of their high stakes game. So a player raises to $600. It gets around to Doug. He's going to raise it up again to $4,200 because there's a lot of money on the table, and if he can take it down without any contest, it's a profitable spot. He gets 2 callers. He goes to a flop where he hits top pair. Now, if we look at the solver really quick, the solver's going to tell him the majority of the time he just wants to check, and that's what he does. It goes around to the button, who is Tesla in this spot. He bets $15,000, which is basically 110% of the pot. Now, if we look at the solver, it's not going to do that with this hand hardly at all. When it does happen, Doug's response, for the most part, should be to call. So again, this is impressive. It's not an easy call to make, but he makes it pretty easily. Now, they have the same hand, but the turn is where this hand really gets interesting. So the 7 of hearts comes down. No one really has a monster hand. And Tesla decides when it checks over to him that he's going to jam. Now, this is a huge bet. And the solver is basically never going to make this play with ace deuce. So now let's watch what Doug does, because this is such a unique spot. The solver is going to tell him that after we get a bet that's this substantial, that he needs to be letting go basically 100% of the time. Watch as this unfolds.
Almost like he came here to tangle with Doug as a top priority.
God, this is brutal.
When all in earlier, Doug had the nuts.
Snap, you should probably fold.
How much is this? This is 55.
Doug makes this call. This will be the biggest part of the day.
I can meet you.
If you fold, I'll put on the sweatshirt.
You trying to get me to fold?
I'm okay either way. I got a good hand.
I have an ace.
I have a good hand.
Unfortunately, my kicker not great.
Doug shows his cards.
Oh, okay. Well, in that scenario, I think I can let it go. Wait. Do you also have ace deuce?
Oh, that's funny.
Hilarious.
That's so funny.
What a stud. I love his read here.
I mean,
Yes, I have ace deuce.
I have to fold, right? Yeah, I mean, I fold.
That's genius ace deuce.
Shows the ace deuce.
Genius ace
Oh my God! Unbelievable.
Now, here's what I absolutely love about this hand. Doug has this GTO mindset. He's really good. And the solver is saying, you fold ace deuce here. But he pauses, and there's a reason that he pauses. It's because of this hand that took place earlier in the night. Let's watch that really quick.
4 ways to this flop. Bellagio Anthony gives us all spades. He's been dealing a lot of all of one suit flops so far as Doug flops the nuts. Tesla's gonna come along, drawing dead.
Okay.
Nothing going on here for Tesla. But you know, he's probably eyeing Doug, wants to make a move on this man eventually, make a name for himself. But this would be the wrong time to do so, drawing dead, and he hasn't snapped folded yet. He ripped it.
Oh my God.
Ripped it all in, snap call. Right on cue.
Oh my
Run it
God.
a million times, it doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Doug's going to win the first big one of the day, hand number
I
4.
can respect that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, make a move.
First of all, what a ballsy move by this amateur player to go all in here, like 110% of the flop, and then go all in right after that. Incredible play. But then on top of that, for Doug to pick up on everything, know where he was at, but know that on the off chance that this isn't ace deuce, he can't really make the call. He gets a little heckling from the table, but I have to 100% agree with him. Most exciting hand, or most enjoyable hand that I've watched recently. Had to share it with you. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like and sub the channel. I'm going to be doing more of these in the future, and I hope you'll join me. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.